Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I'm back for another I Saw It in Somerset Studio Magazine. This week we are going to play around with one of these kind of nature journals. I love this because she has just used, this washi tape, different paper that doesn't really match. I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm just saying the things aren't all matchy, but they're fabulous the way she did this. So it's all, I think, from what I understand, constructed out of like file folder. So I've just kind of made up my own. It's not exactly like hers. And as you guys know, I do these videos just based on what I have, because I'm never going to have the same stuff that these ladies have. So I'm just, doing my own version. So I'm going to go a little more of a fall version, but I just love it because they're just all different prints, butterflies, birds, just all kinds of things. So that is what we are going to work on today. So what I have done, like I said, is I have file folder, and this is just dollar store file folder. It's nothing big and expensive. So it is file folder, and I will give you sizes just so you know what I've done. Like I said, mine's different than hers. I'm going to have one on the front with a tab at the bottom, and this one measures just about 3.5. The reason it's smaller is because when you cut the tab and all that, then it changes the size of it. So 3.5 by 5.5 is this front sort of cover one. And I did these tabs using my envelope punch board. And I've shown this before. You can make a tab if you haven't seen me do these though, because I know some people just join me for these videos. So what I have done is first you put your piece of paper or file folder or whatever in at kind of the halfway mark of that little silver doodad that's in there and punch it, and then you see you get that first side of the file folder. And then I went to 2 1/4 for my tabs, but you can choose. You can make smaller tabs, bigger tabs, whatever in the world you would like to do, and then you just cut off, to try to get it as straight as possible. There, that's it. That's all you do to make the tabs. So you don't even have to have, like, you can just have a scrap of a file folder, and that works fine. You don't have to have a whole file folder. Okay, so that's the first one. And then this one that's folded is 7.5, all the way to the tab. So that's basically, you're going to cut a piece that's 7.5 by 6. 7.5 by 6. And then fold it. No, it's not really in half because you can see. You kind of fold it. What I would do is make this piece, cut your little tab first, then fold to where these 2 corners meet up. And then you have, it looks like a file folder, right? So that's kind of what you're going for there. So that piece is going to go in there. And then you need a piece that is, why do I keep doing the centimeters? What is with me today? 3.5 by about 6 1/4. And then I put the tab up at the top. You can, of course, you could do 3, so there's 3 tabs over here. I mean, this is one of those endless projects that you could do in any way that you desire. Okay, so let's start with the front one. And I'm just going to hinge them on using fabric, but you can, of course, use whatever it is that you would like to use. And I got out all kinds of papers. You can there are all my papers over here. But I got out all different random sort of, some are fall, some are floral, just naturey type papers. Whatever you'd like to use. And a lot of these are scraps, and I'm not even positive where I got them from. They're just in my scrap bin, living happily, and need to get used up. So we're going to use them up. Sorry if you hear my snotty cat. He's got allergies. For those of you who don't know, who don't watch me all the time, I like to explain things because otherwise people think I'm abusing my cat or something. I'm not. I've taken him to the vet. He's had antibiotics, steroids, antihistamines, the whole 9 yards, like everything you can think of. And the vet's just like, well, he's getting older, and I don't know. You know, they always want to run 8 million tests, but I don't know. Anyway, so yes, he sounds horrible when he comes in here snotting and snorting. So I apologize if you hear him. He's a Persian, so he has that smashed flat face, and he didn't always have, you know, these sort of problems, but the vet says a lot of times as the smash face animals get older, they develop breathing problems. He says his lungs are clear, so that's something I like to tell people too, because it's not his lungs, it's just his nose is stuffy. So anyways, all that to say, that's what's going on there. I need to say hugs and blessings. Hugs and blessings to Luann, Annette, and Black Coffee and Wildflowers. I love you guys. You guys always watch, always super kind, and I really appreciate all of you very, very much. And welcome to new subscribers, and welcome back to those of you who have watched me for a short time or a long time. I appreciate all of you. I would love it if you could like, subscribe, comment, all the above. It just helps the channel. So yeah, anything you can do is greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. So what you guys up to? Anything fun and exciting? It is gonna be like 90 degrees here today. So I guess we're back to summer. It's basically what that is. I know it's that false right before the weather gets cold, where it does the last hurrah. Boy, I really made a mess with that. Okay, so just I'm just gonna take all different sorts of bits and pieces of paper that I have and use whatever I fancy. And the cool part about this is from Joy Cardmaker. You can use up some scraps, which is fabulous. I'm gonna tear that. I'm actually gonna go ahead and leave that little leaf punched because that's just kind of fun. I might actually put something behind there, like maybe just some book page or something back here, just to so you don't get that break between those two papers, if you see what I'm saying. But I do want it long enough so it'll stretch this whole expanse. Words. So yeah, I have no idea what we're going to do this weekend or anything. I don't have any stories to tell. I've just been madly working. I've got to get this craft room in order, as I keep saying, but I just haven't had a chance yet because my brain is starting to feel like the disaster that the craft room is in. I am not alone though, apparently, because you guys have voiced similar complaints with your craft rooms. It's very difficult because in my instance, it's just I need things close at hand when I'm videoing, so I tend to like set stuff around me on the floor and, you know, of course on my desk and all those kind of things, and so it just ends up being this mess of stuff everywhere. And it doesn't really seem to matter what I do to organize. Oh, you know what? That was not very smart of me. I need to put a little bit of glue on the leaf. It's not going to happen. Okay, so just put a little of this under there. But everybody seems to have a very similar story. For whatever reason, you just get stuff out, and if you put it away, many of you have said, then you forget to use it. Like if it goes away, you forget to use it. And I also struggle with that because I will do a cleanup and find things that I was like, oh, I could have used that for my fall journal, you know, whatever. And then you're like, oh, well, I'll use it next year. And then you put it back, and then you don't use it next year because by then you forgot again. So I don't know. It's just a thing. And you know, if you're a crafter, and if you're not, then you're thinking I'm insane. So yeah, basically that's how it works. Because my husband's like, I am not going in that room. It's like, yep, I know. And that's fine. I'd rather nobody come in here anyway. My son was here not too long ago. I did sort of have it cleaned up though, because I keep cleaning it and then messing it back up again. But anyways, he was here and he kind of hung out with me. I told you guys about that. And he just sort of sat at the table that I cleaned off for him and didn't really go anywhere else in the room. But he was good. He didn't say anything. He's used to it because he's lived with me forever. But yeah, he just thought it's funny, you know. And my daughter just always says, Mom, why don't you just clean it up every time? She's one of those, even though she's beginning to get more crafty, she's very organized person, which thank the Lord for that. But so she doesn't understand why I can't just clean up after each time, which is very true. It is very, very true. But then it's so much time of putting away, taking out, putting away, taking out, you know. Sometimes I just don't have time. So, but that's what she always used to say when she was a teenager. Why don't you just clean it up when you're done? Yeah, rather than me saying that to my teenager, right? She says it to me. Yeah. She's super organized person. Very, very happy about that. Because, oh, that would do me a world of good if I was like that. The rest of the house is fine. It's just this thing, this beast up here. Okay, so that one will go on the front. And what I'm thinking, I might sort of put it mid, like up a little bit more. Feels like it's crooked, but I can't decide if that's just the paper or if this is actually crooked. Is it my brain or is it really happening? It's mostly my brain. It's a tiny bit off, but it's nothing horrible. This corner is out a bit. My son, though, is a complete disaster area like I am. So, yeah. There you go. That's how it works. Those genetics. It's still just, what is the deal with this corner? I apologize. I'm cuckoo now. And then I have these Tim Holtz frames, and I thought one of these would look cool. And you have to remember, we're not trying to do matchy thing, because I don't have one of those metal like journal plate things that I'm gonna actually ink those strings a little because I'm gonna leave them like they have in the magazine. But like I said, just do your own thing. It's just you're going, ooh, I love that idea, I'm gonna make, you know, whatever. That's really it. And even watching me do it, you can go, oh, I have a whole bin full of whatever paper that I could use to do that. Whether it's fall or just the, what do you call it? scraps, you know, different scraps. So what I'm going to do, because I think this would be fun to maybe be a frame for a photograph, so I'm just going to glue 3 sides. And then someone, whoever gets it, can slide a photograph in or out or whatever from the side. There. So it could be like a little brag book or just a little fall book, right? This. So what kind of projects have you guys got going on? Did I already ask you that? It's so hard to remember from day to day what I've asked and what I haven't. Oh my goodness. What is the deal? This is not wanting to stick at all. I don't usually have that problem with the art glitter glue. And then maybe a flower or a something on here. That's too big. A butterfly? I like it, but that frame really sticks out a lot. So that's not making me happy. Let's use just a random piece of scrap. I don't know how far we'll get. I won't torture you forever. I'll show you how I'm gonna hook one to the other. I'm just gonna use, you can use washi. I do have washi, but you could also use like strips of fabric to make your hinges to hook them together. Whatever you decide you want. Put that pin back in that before I forget. Oh, I have a bird. I do like the bird. Let's use the bird. This is from my, why can't I remember? It's the Fantastic Florals, I think. Or it's the 20s, the 1920s one, something florals. Sorry. It's the problem when you make digitals. Remembering all the names is like, sure. Especially when it's not one that you've used in a bit. And you have a brain like a sieve. That's another issue. That's another whole problem that you could have, that I definitely have. A stamp. No, it's too wide. I have this little bits of numbers though. They might be good. Yeah. It's basically get your scraps out, is all I gotta say, and this is fabulous for that. And then you can decide, like, go through your scraps, and if there's a theme, like it's lots of nature stuff or lots of whatever, just run with that theme, right? Okay, let's do this side. I think I might want to use this. I really love this Joey. This is his freebie. If you go on Joey Cardmaker's freebie, oh my goodness, Ko-fi. So go to his YouTube channel. I'll try to remember to leave a link. And then go to his Ko-fi and you can get his freebie. This is for this month of September. I think I'm going to just go all the way across it and I'll trim it to cut the tab. And then we'll add stuff onto it again. And you could decide if you want it to be like for photographs, or do you want it to be a journal, or like she kind of just did lots of different papers and things, and then put quotes, some quotes, which is also a super fun idea, like autumnal quotes. It's fun. Fun and fabulous. But yeah, you could also just put photographs on the pages. Like, I loved when my kids were little and I would take them to the pumpkin patch. I always got the best pictures. It's something about the light in the fall. And how cute would it be to have just a little book of your grandkids or whatever with pumpkins and leaves and what have you. Or maybe you have pets. Same. That you walk in the park with leaves and all that. Be cool. Oh. Y'all, it's going to be one of those days, okay? I forgot the tabs on the bottom on this one. It would, of course, not matter if I had paper that was not directional, but it kind of is. So let's try that again, shall we? It'll be fine. It's not super directional. It probably would have been fine, Amy, but you know, I gotta always make it as difficult as I can on myself. It's the rule. Because that's what I do. That's what I do. That goes to show you how well that that glue stick works. It's pretty amazing for a glue stick. I think it's Scotch Create Permanent glue stick. But again, as I have talked about loads of times, but if you're new, you haven't heard my stance on glue. It's very personal. You got to use the glue that works best for you, whatever that is. None are 100% right or wrong. Sort of like the whole junk journal thing altogether. It's just you do you, boo. That's the best advice I can give you. This is the sander. Since I don't have the torn edge over here, I'm gonna rough it a little. Isn't that fun? Super fun. So then, like I said, quotes. I wrote this. My handwriting is atrocious, but I'm going to put at least one of my own handwritten quotes on there because she did have that in hers. So don't judge me. I have a trimmer, and so sometimes when I try to do anything controlled, like, you know, writing, my hand does other things. So yeah, super fun. This is a slide that I covered with a piece of Joey's paper. I think that's going to be too much the same. I could put something behind there, but I don't know if I want to. I want to just use a bit of this. Well, I can tear a piece and we can see. This is just old. You could use any book page, whatever. And if you don't have any old stuff that's like this, just get a dollar store book, coffee dye some of the pages. That's what this is. Or coffee and tea. be kind of fun. And do I have a little butterfly? I could leave it so you could put a picture in there too. Might do that. And I'll just put this here because it's very cute and tiny, and you know, it's tiny, so that's all you need to know. Yeah, I think I will do that. So it'll need to slide in from this side because this is going to have, oh yeah, that's what I need to think about too. So I'll scoot that over a little. Sorry, I'm having a brain meld here with the which side to put the glue on. Do you guys ever do that? It's bad. Did I not glue that? I did not. Oh my goodness. Apologize for my brainlessness. Whoa, that's a big truck. Shook my whole house. Holy smokes. That was crazy. Okay, and this, like I said, was an old Kodak. One of these slides that I pulled apart, so this is just like the front of it. I put the piece of paper over it, sanded it, so it's kind of a little bit beat up, but yeah. So that will go here like this, okay? And then you can slide a picture in here, and I'll probably put something in there just to say that, so it just doesn't look blank. Blank. All right. So then, where did I put? I have so many scrap papers and left over from one journal or a million, I'm telling you. There's one from my, I think this was my Toad digital, but it's also very good because it's got, oh my goodness, the swirl. You can't decide, do I want the Toad or the butterfly? I might use the Toad. I might do it. It's not super fallish because the toads are usually underground, but, and those are spring bulbs, but hey, you know, whatever. We're gonna go with it. Oh, it comes over this way. That's right. So we're gonna need to take off a bit of this. And I need to take off a little more. I'm just going to pretend it's not spring. The paper, that is. The color's good. As soon as I get this page done, I will show you guys kind of how I'm going to hook it together. But you can do tip-ins, which is what she did, and that is using the tape kind of as a hinge. I'm just going to use fabric, really is the only difference. my glue's all falling apart. It's hot up here today. Hot. Again. But I need to enjoy it because the sun is shining, so hallelujah. I haven't heard about what happened with the hurricane. I always worry about all of you in the fall. It's just gotta be, one, exhausting, and two, a little bit, I would find terrifying. I know a lot of people that are used to it don't totally see it like that, but I don't know, I just think it's scary. You know what I think I might do? I might put this little, like, whatever kind of flower this is. It's just a scrap I had, so I think I'm just going to put that on there. See, this kind of crafting is super fun for me because you can just do whatever you want. Doesn't have to match, doesn't have to be anything specific. Well, I mean, it kind of is. It's plants and stuff, but you know what I mean. Oh, it's sad days to cover that number because it is pretty cool, but I like these flowers. Sticky. Sticky, icky wickies. Could just do all kinds of different things. I do like that on there. It's this is sort of peach and this is sort of corally peach, so yeah, that works well. Putting it on my book because I'm going to try to get a little bit of that color on more parts of that. Lightly. And everybody's mowing and doing all the things today. I don't know what that truck was. Very loud. Very loud. Random. Yes. And I have a leaf that I cut out of, I don't know, baking paper that I had coffee dyed on. Uh-oh. I don't know how well you're going to see that. It's sort of an overlay, like spring came first, summer, fall. I'm getting deep now. And what is that toad looking at? Could be this. But that's awfully big. Wow, I don't know what's going on out there, but lots of loud trucks, cars, or whatever. Oh, that's actually a helicopter. Got all the things today. You know, I'm doing a video, so I don't know if you guys can hear any of it, but it's a lot. It's a lot happening today out there. My goodness. Where's my... See, the paper towel, keeping track of the paper towel. Okay, he needs a bug. He just does. Just needs a bug of some kind. This is that antiquarian sticker book, which I don't love these stickers because they don't stick. But it's okay. It's just another thing to add glue to, I guess. Those are some creepy bugs. Yeah, I'm not sure really what the point of those is. Oh my goodness, is that the only bug? I can't have it. I can't have him eating ladybugs. I know. Slightly touched. Oh, there we go. There's this little odd beetle. Don't know what it is, but it'll work. It'll serve our purpose. I need to trim this. That's the other thing I'm not crazy about that book. It's too much stuff around it. So I apologize. I may do a continuation of this one. I know it'll be a while, but like next Friday, I don't know. Because it does take a minute. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, because I know we're not going to get through the whole thing today, because we've already been 36 minutes. And I'm really not very far at all. Or if you just rather see it done at some point at the beginning of next week's video. That's the options. Either I can continue on or next Friday, or show it complete at the beginning of next week's. I saw it in Somerset Studio Magazine. I'll leave it up to you guys. All right, so let's attach a hinge. I think I might put the hinge on the outside. And I think I'm going to kind of put it in the middle, even though that tab's all the way up there. Still think I'm going to do it that way. And I have this thin, don't know, it was a shirt that I thrifted. Or no, this one might have been given to me because it's old. This fabric was very old. Or was it a pillowcase? I don't know. Anyways, it's very thin, but it's pretty. And I think it'll make a good hinge. And I like the strings. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just putting Scotch Create on there. Oh, I don't want it to go all the way up to the top, do I? Nope, I don't. You know what? I gotta do this part first. Oh, and I didn't do the back yet. Well, phooey. I would suggest put your whole thing together and then do the hinging. But I want to show you guys, and I'm not going to be able to get the whole thing done. Now you want it, you know, obviously not a big gaping area, but you want to leave a little bit of room so that it can open and close. So don't pull it tight, I guess is what I'm saying. Because you don't want that. I don't really want to cut that away. So what I might do is just sort of leave it and let it dry. Okay, what we might do, should we put something on the back? I don't want too much room there, but I do want a little room. Because otherwise, if you get it too tight, you can't open and close it very well. It's very difficult. I'm just going to let it dry. It's so thin, I don't think it'll matter if I put some paper over the top of it. So I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, that's going to dry then. And then I think this one's done. I could use a stamp, I think. Yeah, I don't know that. I hate my writing. But you could also use stickers, or if you have stamps that have quotes, that's another option, which that would be fabulous. Or if you buy a digital of quotes. Yeah. And I didn't do anything specifically, what do you call it? Autumnal about my quote, but you could do them very specific. No, I don't like that. I don't know. I don't think I want anything else on there. So let's work on this one. Oh yeah, I have this. This is just out of a book. I am going to tear it smaller and I'll put something else in the background. But yes, you could tip in another page. And I think if I was going to do that, maybe we will do that real quick. I would use the washi for that. Oh yeah, we do have this page. What am I thinking? Sorry. I think I still need to do some covering of it first. So we have some sweet peas here that I think I want to put on this one. But I want to put some other stuff. Maybe more neutral papers. Book page, something like that. Plus I like the contrast of the more whiteness of that paper and then the patina on this paper. But again, you could use coffee dyed or whatever. I just dipped that in my black ink. Oh my word. Some days, I'm telling you, doesn't pay to get out of bed. Okay, let's try that again. That edge is really going to bring some contrast. I could flip it over. No, I'm just going to leave it. It's not that much. Kind of putting it over further to one side. Can't decide, do I want... This is also, I think, from one of my Toter Frog digitals. I'm not as good as the lady who made the original at mixing prints and all that. Like, I struggle with that. But I like it. I just struggle with that. But really, you could go crazy with it if you wanted. And this, I'm just going to very lightly kind of just to frame it. Because for a change, I kind of want the white with that combo. I don't want to get glue on the front of that. I'm going to come over to this side a little more. It's not straight, but I'm not going to worry about it. Kind of like that contrast. Oh, you silly little glue. It doesn't seem to matter what I do. It just doesn't work anymore. And like I said, I think it's the glue at this point in time. Put that there. Did you get up from your nap, you silly little cat? Silly cat. Poor guy. He's a mess. We had friends who had bulldogs. Talk about his stuffy nose. Those dogs are hilarious, though. Crazy, the stuff they would do. They had one that, for whatever reason, they got a metal plate at like a restaurant supply store, and that dog would carry around that metal plate all the time and make like reflections on the wall and bang the plate in the wall. I'm like, it's gonna destroy your house. And his teeth. That was a crazy dog. They're super friendly though, bulldogs. I like bulldogs. They're hilarious. I just wasn't too sure about the banging the teeth in the wall. Anyway, once you get these other ones covered, you would take a strip of your washi. I would put glue on it. And then, you know, you just run it down the edge so it becomes a hinge, just like the hinge I just showed you here with this one. So it's the same idea. It's just using tape instead of washi. So that is what we have so far. I'm going to stop there, and then I will read comments, and either you will want me to continue next Friday with this again, or I can just show it at the beginning. So make sure you let me know which preference you have, and whatever the most yays or nays are for, then that's what I'll do. So I hope you guys liked this. It's a really fun idea, and like, the sky's the limit. You could do one for a Christmas present to stick in someone's stocking. You could do lots of different things. It's not just, you don't have to just do one, nature or whatever. So have fun with it. You could still do nature for Christmas, do poinsettias and all the fun flowers and things for Christmas. So anyways, whatever you decide, have a fantastic day and a great weekend, and I will talk to you again next time. Love you. Bye.